First, we've got to give credit to Virginia. Did a great job. Coach Mendenhall did a super job of getting his team ready and prepared to play ball. Disappointing loss for sure. Impressed with the fight of our team all the way through. Fighting hard to get back in it at the end. Unfortunately, had a couple penalties that hurt us in the very end. But guys played their heart out. And we weren't good enough tonight. We certainly struggled offensively. You can ask about the quarterback change, and I just felt like I needed a guy with some veteran experience in there to be able to handle the situation. Nkosi, I think, is a really outstanding player and has got a lot of bright future ahead of him. But tonight, the way things were going, I wanted to go ahead and give Malik an opportunity to get in here and get us back in this ball game. And I thought Malik did a good job. You know, as far as who's going to play next game, y'all want to ask that, I can't tell you that right now. But we'll be looking at the film. I know the last play Nkosi played, he was we had a flag route, and looked like the receiver went over the top of the safety, which you got to go underneath the safety. That's what it looked like in hindsight. And Nkosi was throwing the ball to the spot where he thought the receiver should be running it. And so, you know, that one we'll just have to, you know, look at the tape and see, but it might not have been that poor of a decision or even that poor of a throw. But we got, you know, that's the whole thing. We got to be coordinated. We got to be on the same page, and everybody's got to do what they're supposed to do. Again, it's going to be a tough pill to swallow. A long flight home, and a long time before we get to play another game. So we got a lot of things to straighten out, and we got some time to do it. So with that, you can open it up.
Hey, Mark. Obviously, you're going to find all kinds of problems, but. Wasn't one of the biggest ones at the line of scrimmage with the offensive line consistently getting whipped all night?
Well, we didn't get much running the ball. You know, when we did try to run our early downs, we didn't get a lot of space. Ended up in third down long too much, and you know, not many people can just exist down after down on third downs if you're going for third and long. So that happened, and again, we'll see exactly what happened. You know, sometimes it's the line's going to take the brunt of it, but we got tight ends that are supposed to block, we got backs that are supposed to block, we got receivers that are supposed to block. So I'm sure we'll find that everybody's got to do a better job, offense, defense, and special teams. But I'm not going to put this on any guy, any position group. So if you're all looking for that, you guys can do that, but I'm not going to do that. We're a team, and we're going to stick together.
Mark, a couple of decisions. You guys had the third and short, the opening drive of the second half, kind of ran the same one. I know you've had a lot of success in the third and shorts, but any thoughts of play action or doing something else where you just felt confident you get it?
You know, all year long, if it's one or less, we made it. And we just believed in it. We believed we could get that yard or half a yard or whatever it was. We didn't get it. You know, we had the ability to run some play action pass on there. That amount of yardage all year long, we've really been 100%, and we believed in it. It didn't work.
Yeah, and I guess the decision for the onside kick.
Yeah, you know, once we got the penalty, the ball got moved up 15 yards. If you go onside and you get it, it's glorious. You go onside and you don't get it, normally the guy gets tackled right there. And, you know, so. You know, you may lose 10 to maybe 15 yards of field position if you don't get it. Still have time, 3 timeouts. Still can get a stop, but obviously, you know, them returning the ball as far as they did just turned out to be bad. I mean, you know, you could debate that both ways. If there wasn't the penalty in there, would have been a thought we'd have kicked it deep and all. But you know, you kick it deep, get a 3 and out. Get the ball back, you got better field position, you got some timeouts to work with. Could have gone that way, or we might have got it and everybody thought it was a great idea. You know, that's how it is on those types of decisions. When they work, they're brilliant. When they don't work, you know, you question them. I don't blame you for the question.
As a coach, how do you address the untimely bad penalties? I mean, do you think it was a lack of focus, a lack of discipline? What would you say?
Well, gosh, it's an emotionally charged game. Guys are human. You don't want anybody to make a mistake like that. I mean, it hurts for sure. Bottom line is, I got a lot of faith in these kids, and I mean, I'm sure of anybody who's upset with themselves, anybody who did something like that, I'm sure was upset with themselves, it's certainly not a way to win a ball game, but you can see why things happen, but we got to be more disciplined in that as a team.
I'm sorry if you was late on
Sorry.
this, but could you talk about Nicosi, what you saw, why you pulled him at that point?
Yeah, I'll say it again. I felt like we needed a more mature guy there that had been through a lot more situations, I felt like it was time to give Malik a shot to, handle the pressure of the situation at that moment. And I did also say that I think Nicosi's a really talented kid, going to be a great player, but at that moment I felt like Malik was better equipped to handle what was going on as far as just the situation, in general.
With 13 days before the next game, do you have to reassess the position now, again?
Yeah, I mean, well, how I see it is, both those young men are really talented guys that can play and can function, and I mean, that's the good news. We'll figure out, who gives us the best shot the next time we play, but I thought Malik did a good job when he went in there for the most part. There was a pick. I don't know if it got tipped at the line or got hit as he was throwing it. The one that got picked, unfortunately. And even going back to Nicosi's second pick, I got a feeling that there's a little miscommunication on the angle of the route that was run. I think he was throwing it to the spot he should throw it. The receiver took a little bit too high of an angle, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure, so I hate to put it on him.
Mark, it's heat of the moment, obviously, but how did they respond? Nicosi when you
Good.
spoke to him, and Malik when you
Nicosi, great kid. I mean, first of all, they like each other a lot. They're good friends. And as hard as it was, for Malik to handle the change, he handled it well. He showed class, and he was ready. He was ready tonight. He was great in the meetings. He was great in practice. He wasn't complaining. Can't say he was excited about everything that was going on, but he knew that there was a chance he could get in there again, and if he had to go in again, he needed to be ready. He did prepare well. He prepared extremely well.
Mark,
And he made some plays that were outstanding on that touchdown drive.
if you didn't say this already,
I probably said it, but that's why we tried to wait for everybody.
what was your message to the team?
Well, first of all, that we are a team, and that things don't always go the way you want. And we have what we call a hideaway with the coaches, and it's kind of an off-season time to talk about everything having to do with the program. And the first note to the coaches, it talks about loyalty. And there's times that the staff's got to defend me. Sometimes I got to defend the staff. Sometimes we got to defend the players. Sometimes the players got to defend us. The bottom line is we must be loyal to each other, and that's paramount. And that's true of any really good team. We know that people are going to question a lot of things. People are going to say this or say that, and so the only thing we can do is stay strong from within, because that's what's really most important. I mean, people that are in leadership positions and people that are in the arena, so to speak, that are like even on this field, laying it on the line. I mean, it's sometimes easy to look at it from a distance and not be in the middle of it and say what should have done and what we should have done. It's easy after the fact to say those things. And so, the main thing for us is to stick together and believe in each other and get better. We still got a lot of football ahead of us. We still have the opportunity to get to Charlotte. that's not dead, that's not over, but certainly a game that Virginia earned the right to win, and we just didn't do enough to get it done.
Mark, how much tougher does it become for all of that when you know you have the bye? They have a lot of time to, everybody has a lot of time to sit and think about this one.
Well, we'll keep them busy, but yeah, it's tougher. But maybe that's exactly what we need to assess, you know, everything, top to bottom. We have time to do that. If there's time, if there is a time in the season to make certain changes, you can do them, whether it's just scheme or, you know, how you maybe personnel or whatever it may be. So sometimes time will help you, but you know, certainly it'll be a couple of sleepless nights for me, I know.
That's one guy. I know everybody can play the result, but when you look back at the way the offense has maybe sputtered the last couple of weeks, do it all look at play calling too? Is that something that maybe being more aggressive and changing things up?
Yeah, well, I mean, you just, there were some, we called plays that we practiced all week, I know that. We called plays that we had faith in. We called plays that we thought would give us the best chance in all situations. We called plays where we took shots. We had called plays where we were going to be just trying to run the ball. We had inside zone, outside zone. We were in counter. We were in, you know, we ran a lot of different things and things that we thought would succeed, and they didn't. And why they didn't succeed, you know, we'll see. But most of the time, when you look at the tape, it's a matter of, you know, somebody or a couple guys not getting their job done normally. You know, and then are there some plays we could call that would give us a better chance? I'm certain of that. But we call plays that we worked hard on and believed in and have had success over the last 30 years. So I feel pretty good about them going in.
Kind of one more in on the defense.
Yeah.
The three picks in the first half, I mean, typically those are the things that have sparked this team
Right.
for the last year and a half, almost every time. Just talk about what they did to keep you in the game.
Yeah, defense did great. Defense did great most of the time. You know, weren't perfect, but they did good. All right.
Thanks, everybody. We'll get the players.
Thanks, Mark.